Primus.
Shit.
And there we go. And we are live. Teletran 2. Children of Primus Frenzy Freestyle Sunday, as everyone is switching in from Teletran 1 into Teletran 2. And we've got Power Glide flying all over the place.
Yeah, I will say, when you're moving these things, push in and then up or down as as needed for whatever you're transforming it to. If you just push up or down without pushing in that way or that way, you're just gonna make it pop parks forms off.
Okay.
Learned that from what was it, TJ Omega's review of this guy. Because I was like, man, I could not get these transformation joints to go back in place. Let's see if I get.
Well, how many steps is that Power Glide?
I hadn't count. I don't remember. I threw the box away already. Yeah, the one of these I can move pretty easily, and then the other one is still fairly tough. Actually, no, this is getting easier. It's starting to loosen up. This one I was still having a hard time with.
Okay.
So on the one side I can just go boop 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 back and forth. Yeah, something that since everybody was getting on this topic of video games, so I know since I've been replaying a lot of old PS1 games, some people might remember the old Beast Wars Transformers game. And I remember I did have that when I was younger, but I didn't have Mega Man Legends when I was younger.
Okay.
And like playing Mega Man Legends is like, okay, I can appreciate, because that Beast Wars game, where I did enjoy it, I remember enjoying it, but looking at reviews of it now and like old footage, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty rough visually, like the style of it.
Because I've never seen the Beast Wars game.
And the gameplay, and that just a lot, and that kind of just got me thinking of like how you do like different Transformers game. And then before that, what was I playing? Final Fantasy Tactics a lot. And so I've been thinking like how you would utilize different Transformers as like movement options. So I would think like Autobots or land-based vehicle automobile bots.
Right.
They might have more horizontal movement advantage, whereas like aerial bots and Decepticons for the most part would have vertical movement advantages. And then like small bots, like the Cassettecons or robots that shift down, mass shift like Megatron into the little, well, quote unquote little gun and blaster and Soundwave, kind of like the equivalent of in a video game where you have like your big character paired with a little character, and the little character goes into the the nooks and crannies the bigger characters can't go into. That would be something you could have like the cassette bots do. And also you could have, but the thing maybe because the cassette bots are tied with to a bigger robot, that's how they don't become just an infant. You can't abuse it too much gameplay wise. And then obviously with like Soundwave and Blaster, okay, they're dependent on being carried around if they're in disguise, and same with Megatron. So you could kind of like fudge them into that, taking advantage of the cassette bot little movement advantages. And then I was thinking with like a lot of video games, like more, I would say around like early 3D games onward, so like PS1 32-bit era onward, and you would have like the mini map on some corner of the screen, like having like beast bots, or whether the original Predacons, the Dinobots, bots that would be more, have more senses, better sight, smell, and whatnot.
Right.
Have those bots have like a better radar or mini map coverage than your regular car and airplane Autobots and Decepticons. That's just something I've been thinking about like the last week for whatever reason. I was like, like a lot of because I mentioned, I alluded to it with like the Forge, me and Tree Trio. Well, that's what he was going last week, but what was he going on as this week? His production channel name?
Oh, Shaw Clan.
Shot Clan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was saying about like the movement being kind of limited in Forged to Fight,
Right.
and I like that having that and like the movement and like Forged to Fight, even on the world map and the group missions, it's very arbitrary. It's like it's like little, almost like on a game board. It's just little points. Some points, like if you're playing Monopoly, you have different types of spaces you can land on. It's like a board game, and then some of those spaces you go into a fight you control. But I like the idea because you look at like the War for Cybertron games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of gunplay that's good, and yes, there's like the vehicles are useful. I mean, they can get you, maybe to some rough areas quicker, especially. But then, like, let's say, like some seeker levels. Like I remember the seeker levels. It's pretty much like half flying around level, and then you finally work your way into like the on foot portions of the level.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's sort of like it's a level very specific to them, and I like the idea of like having levels where you can have that mix of horizontal and vertical movement and have the different types of bots have different type of advantages of movement, because you don't really truly get movement advantages in like Forged to Fight. Now I never played is it Earth? I think the Transformers Earth Wars is that mobile strategy game. I never played that.
That was Earth
So
Wars.
maybe some of the stuff I'm thinking of is in that, and then I think they made like that Earth Spark. Was it that tactical RPG game or some? There was a tactical RPG game that was shovelware, not too like in the in the 2020s or so.
Mm-hmm.
That came out, but I never played it, so.
Yeah, I haven't played any of those games, so I know it's. I always have to kind of go by what everyone else mentions.
And I remember because I would play as in Forged to Fight, you have like on group, like on alliance missions. So like with your actual human controlled other players, you pick 3 of your bots for your little alliance mission team when your mission that you play with other people. And I would play with Optimus, Ratchet, and Prowl. And I would with Ratchet, the thing with him is on his every character you have like 3 levels of special move gauge, and I think his level 2 special has a heal. You attack, and then for X amount of the damage you do with it, you get health back. And then Prowl, he would take away, ironically enough, being a cop, he would steal special gauge away from the enemy, while also doing damage. So you could control the fight and make it last longer, because sometimes the special moves are hard, like the special moves can be very hard or next to impossible, if not impossible, to dodge. So that's why I liked using those 2, because you could, Ratchet, obviously with the healing, you can go longer because you can heal and heal and heal. If you use your you time your specials, you use them the right way. And then Optimus, I think he has like a special, kind of like how, like if you think about how in the 86 movie, there's all Autobots dying everywhere, as well as Decepticons.
Mm-hmm.
And like one of his buffs is like, for every he gets a power boost, like if any of his allies on his team get killed, he gets like a 20% stat boost or something like that. So if my Ratchet and Prowl got killed, that's when I would break out Optimus and just start be like, because he would use the axe, his battle axe in that game, and Forged to Fight. So I would just start like cutting the fool and like, pow, pow, pow. I probably shouldn't swing a hammer with, in the direction of my phone. So I'm gonna put that down.
It would be interesting if we just saw you had to do the rest
Just
of
like,
the stream with a big crack on it.
Yep.
Just be a big crack.
And Mario is in the comments saying hello again, guys, and welcome again, Mario. Frenzy Freestyle Sunday Teletran 2 with Cybertron After Hours. And everyone seems to be missing between the segments, but we got the 3 of us here, so we will run with it. I know it's we're just gonna have fun for this segment and have another bad comedy segment.
Oh, God.
Got a few ideas to see if we can run with that for that segment. Um, I guess any news that's left over that we didn't cover in the first one.
They're doing like I said, they're doing a Brickhead's Megatron specifically that changes into a weird tank with googly eyes. Let me try to link that.
Okay.
It's mostly of interest because they haven't done a full-sized Lego Megatron yet, so everybody's like, what's he going to be? They can't make him a gun. You could probably build him into a gun because it is Lego.
This is true.
There's
Just drop it in the
there's a
chat here.
Lego builder that makes like custom Lego builds. He takes like you know how you ever see those Lego builds that they come officially as like build one of three animals, and then you can take it apart and make the other animal, or the second animal, the first animal, the third animal. And the guy took the set that has the graph parts, and he makes a Beast Wars style Megatron out of it. And then I can't remember some sort of what the green robot set is, what three animals are in that, but he makes like a G1 slug type robot.
Oh, interesting.
And that was just, and I keep on meaning to check it out. But
The
that came to
weirdest part
mind
of
because
this-
I know there's yeah, I'm always at Myers, and they always have some, like one of the last aisles before like the electronic department ends, and then you have you have the book aisles, and then you have the toy aisles after that. So it's like the Lego Transformers, so like the Soundwave, Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, they're at the end tail, the last row of the electronics department for whatever reason. But I always see those are like a regular occurrence for me to see those, and they're big old boxes for like 150 to not quite $200 each. So I'm like,
Yeah, so they got the Megatron on the screen.
Yeah, the funniest thing is how his googly eyes make the little front of the tank body.
Yes, and then really the tank body just kind of gives me like Doctor Who vibes.
Yeah. It looks like the animatronic robot companion in an old live-action Disney movie from the 70s or 80s,
Wow. Yes.
driving around really slowly. I didn't know these were a thing until like yesterday, but you saw apparently they did the other two also. It always reminds me of. Oh, can you build these Yeah, you can build these separately. Okay, so it comes with both.
Oh, interesting.
I think maybe I'm not sure. How does it work? Enough parts to build robot and alt mode. 224 pieces. So that should be out. I don't know because I would think maybe they share their parts with each other, but I'm not totally sure. Back in the day I used to, before even Bionicle was a thing, Lego used to have this line called Throwbots, and I had a few of them. And the thing was, you could like change them into different modes and combine them and stuff, but you always had to take them apart and start over with a new set of instructions. So I like never got around to ever doing that. I just pick one form for each of them because I didn't want to break them down and rebuild them.
Right.
And the big notable thing behind the big Lego Transformers they've been doing is you don't have to do that. They function as proper transforming robots even after you build them. So this is like, it's like a little bit of a step back here because I'm like, I feel like I'd pick one mode and then just not feel like tearing them apart and making the other.
Yeah.
Unless it does come with both of them. If you know, sound off in the comments because I'm honestly not sure and I kind of want to find out.
It'd be cool for it to, and I mean, 224 pieces. Like, really, I could see it being, like each one of them being a split, where there's no way there's like 200 pieces in like each one of those. So it probably is a split of like one something
Yeah.
in the both.
Okay, yeah, I did just look up quickly a review of the Optimus they did. It does come with both models separately.
Okay. Well, that's
So yeah,
cool.
you can build both of them, which is a good way to do it. It's like what they're doing with the Blokey's wheels and the regular Blokey's.
Okay.
oh yeah, I did have a criticism about those wheels finally. So I know the Scoop, I put him together after the show last Sunday, and his main body is metal, and then the Scoop, the arm parts of the Scoop are plastic. and moving those things against the metal. So you have a metal peg, and you set the plastic over the metal peg, and that's like does not feel good to move at all. It just feels like you're just gonna break it, snap those arms off. But otherwise, that's the only one That's the only complaint I'd had about those first two waves of those.
Okay.
Is that
Leanne in the comments says, "You know what happens when you share parts, right?"
diseases?
It goes all over the place.
Babies are made.
Mini Cybertronians.
I mean, you can do that with Lego, so.
This is true. Well, it's funny how half of us is missing, which is not usual.
Yeah, I was a little bit late too, which is funky.
Yeah, I know. Last week I couldn't remember. So I remember that one, not the super rare, the rare of a Roadbuster and Wheels 2 that's in the Energon Roadbuster colors. What that's a reference to isn't. It is a reference to Energon Roadbuster, but the toy that is a reference is the Energon. It's the Roadbuster from Transformers Cloud that got. It was a Trilling 30 Roadbuster G1 Roadbuster that got redecoed into Energon Roadbuster colors. Is what that model's a reference to.
Why does that sound confusing? Actually, and what was the whole basis behind Thrilling 30s? Was that just the 30th anniversary of the toy line?
Yeah, that's why they called it that.
And there's a lot of they had a lot of mix of different because you have some Target Masters, you have some Titan Masters, characters like Roadbuster. Thrilling 30 Roadbuster is basically, you know how Siege had like all the weapon ports and all the weapons you could post everywhere. Like Thrilling 30 Roadbuster did the Siege, weapon port thing before Siege. By how many years? So it's an interesting toy line in hindsight. Because you see what has came out of it that got expanded out.
The first time they tried to do a really mix of things from across the generations, which is pretty standard now. That was the line that gave us Windblade, the first create-a-bot. That was the line that gave us the first Titan-class Transformer, which was Metroplex. That was the first time they did a bunch of IDW designs, a bunch of Beast Wars guys. Not the first time they did them, but the first time they went hard on them. Yeah, so really interesting sort of historical artifact, like he said. And that was that was 2014, so that was well over a decade ago. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Yeah, no kidding.
While I'm thinking about, because I told you I would show it. So all it is to do that pipes is you take the wheels and the pipe things, and you take those off the sides of the main one, and you put it on the flattened one. But let me get that, because I did promise you I was gonna show you that next week, which will be this week.
Pipes from the comics.
Okay. Yeah, I was just looking at my shelves, and I'm like, I don't think I even have anything from Thrilling 30 anymore, just because of the way that things go in and out of my collection, what with TFCon sales and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I still have some older stuff that I've kept, but Thrilling 30, I don't think so. Like, they made a better Windblade years later. I have that one. I even said in my review at the time.
Okay.
Original Windblade was kind of not a great figure.
But TFCon around the corner before we know it.
Oh, God. I haven't... Well, okay. It's May. TFCon is mid-July. I got time to sort out my sales and everything. I haven't started, but I don't need to be putting alarm bells up. Right. Maybe I'll do that next weekend if I have the time. You just take everything off. These shelves, these shelves, these shelves. Take it all down.
Wow.
Put it in that bin right there, and then start putting it back up again, figuring out what I'm keeping and what I'm going as I put it up. It's
Right.
generally how I do it. Oh yeah, also that shelf there, but that's mostly non-transformer, so I think that's going to get really sold.
We'll see what shows up at TFCon for this year.
Yeah. I should show you something weird on my desk that my brother-in-law gave me because he was at a comic show on Thursday and they had last week, and they had this bin of like $2 used figures. So there's this very weird Captain Picard figure that he got me because I'm like, I know you like Star Trek. It's very tall. It's weirdly skinny. He's very pale. And I can tell it's like sun bleach because you can see there's a regular color down there. He's kind of frightening. Like, here's
It's
Rodimus
almost
Prime.
practically his what
He's
was
taller
his
than
work
Rodimus
itself
Prime.
called?
Locutus.
Yeah, it's like his skin color when he's a Borg.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
he's way too skinny. I just kind of had him on my desk doing like the Frankenstein thing the whole time.
That's
Because
funny.
yeah, because he kind of gives those vibes. He's taller than all my deluxe Transformers and some of my Voyagers, which feels wrong. It's this giant, horrible monster looming over my action figures. I'm glad I have it. The guy was like, brother was like, here you go, and I'm like, okay.
That is a weird looking Picard.
Yeah,
Sorry, I was
I have
having
no.
technical difficulties.
Yeah,
No
no problem.
worries.
Yeah, if anybody knows what Star Trek line this is from, who knows? It's a first contact, movie era Picard. He's really tall. He's taller than a Voyager class Transformer. He's kind of weird looking. He's way too skinny, and his paint seems to have been really prone to sun bleaching based on how pale he got. So if anybody knows what company did this and when, I would be interested in finding out. Like, I don't think it was Playmates, because Playmates did do first contact figures that were a bit taller than their normal ones, but somehow I don't think it was that. I don't know. It's one of those licenses that's been passed around a lot, so there's a lot of companies it could be.
I have a feeling that company no longer exists, or it's we'll call it Star Wars, the canceled series.
Yeah.
It's a weird looking Picard.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just been haunting me.
Well, it's a haunting looking
Does
character.
he come to you in
Yeah.
your dreams? Does he come to you when you're in the shower and on the toilet? Like, oh God.
It's like,
Yeah.
a sort of a role model, as he once said.
Yeah. He has opinions upon he has opinions on the amount of lights, and he's very insistent on them.
Oh gosh.
Help me.
Oh, there's the
I'm
squash
in so
pipes.
much pain.
It's so weird they're doing this now. This was the butt of jokes like a decade ago. It's played out, but it's just getting a thing now.
That is funny. Well, I mean, I guess considering
Hold that up again, Anthony.
like all the
The
other
Picard figure.
The frightening one that I have in the Frankenstein pose.
Yeah, I'm guessing probably why they did the pipes. I mean, they've done the dead Ratchet Wheeljack. Actually, did they do Wheeljack? I mean, they have the dead Optimus and Ratchet.
They did an alive Wheeljack, funny enough, but not a dead one.
Oh yeah, it's Ironhide they done. Huh?
Yes.
Well, they've done Wheeljack and they've done Windcharger now, so it wouldn't surprise me if they do a third 2-pack of them just like...
Or just
I don't know.
release the G1 Ironhide, since it's
Are his
missing a
hands
head.
removable?
I don't think so. I'm giving them a pull and they're not easily coming out.
Okay. It's not this one then.
Which, I don't know, they might be, but I don't want to...
That's what I wanted to see was his hands, and I was like, don't match this. And then I look at the box, and I was like, oh, he has multiple hands.
That's weird.
Yeah, the whole point is he's kind of weird looking. It's not a very good likeness, and he's weirdly skinny. And
I mean, I wonder if there's others, if the other characters exist that go with him, and how would they look?
It's gonna be from Timu.
yeah, maybe.
That's
Even-
exactly it.
Between his weird proportions and the fact that he's already this pale humanoid in black, I bet you could customize this into a pretty good Slender Man, honestly.
Oh gosh.
God.
I mean, he's kind of almost there.
Please
say
don't
with his arms
remind me of
closed like
Slender
that.
Man. I remember when that first came out and it was popular, and there was a few kids that would come up to the swimming pool I was a lifeguard at, and we had this rule that you can come to the pool and chat if you don't have an adult with you, but you have to have an adult with you to go into the water. So a lot of times the kids would come up there and they would talk video games or whatever with me. And there were some kids that were really big into the Slender Man game, and they believed in it a little bit too much. And I'd hear all the lore and their nightmares and dreams about Slender Man. I'm like, okay.
This last year, I do a movie night, and where we pick something random. And one time we picked the whole first season of Marble Hornets, which was the show the character came from. It does not hold up today. It is not frightening anymore. It is
Wow.
very cheesy. It has shown its age.
That's
Because
funny.
it was like a little. It was a series of web shorts. It was like a found footage thing where this guy was like, my friend was making a student film. He quit it, but I'm gonna run through the tapes, see if I can salvage it, and then starts piecing together the fact that he was being haunted by this guy on these tapes, and they're aiming for all these scares, but it's like kind of cheesily done, kind of stretching disbelief about all these things being captured on film. You know how it goes with these things.
Oh yes.
His uniform's not actual cloth, is it?
Nope, it is plastic.
Okay.
He's got pinned joints on his legs, so I suspect he's older because they tend to avoid doing pinned joints these days if they can. Like the key word is not great. weirdly low badge. I feel like it shouldn't be all the way down there. The more you
Was-
look at it, the weirder it is.
Well, I mean, with that design,
hmm
I mean, I wish this is what you had
Mm.
for
Here we
you.
go.
I wish it was what you had. Where's that at? How come it's not up there?
It's just,
Sounds like it should be a Timu feature evening.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know if it's from Timo. It was just from a used action figure bin from a toy show, so could be legit. It certainly does feel well. I mean, here's the thing: it doesn't look right, but it's got good joints and is solidly built. So, like, I don't think it's literally from Temu because it holds together just fine. It just looks really weird and is poorly sculpted, and also obviously had paint that didn't stand up to sunlight or weather or whatever.
Yeah,
But,
this
that's
this
such
is what I would,
such a
because
common
it's that uniform,
hmm
and this is
There
a
it is.
bigger figure.
1/6 scale. Oh, I wish, bro.
Which, I mean, this one actually looks better.
Yeah, they got the
But
his head is
but
the
that's
right shape.
uniform. That's the
Yeah.
uniform with that low signal with the gray shoulders.
Yeah,
But this is
Yeah,
a
so those-
$231 action figure.
Oh,
yeah, that is not what I got. Not what I got at all.
no. Yeah, it's yours is minus the 230.
Yeah, it's not the Playmates one that actually came out in '96 with the movie because I just found a picture of that, and that one looks normal.
You know what, I think I'm gonna throw this to Magnus to a Timu sales section.
Oh, we go there.
excuse me.
It will surprise us.
Temu clearance deals.
Here we go.
Ooh. Ooh, they got my hoodies back up. I might have to get me some more of those. Clearance. Yep, we're in the clearance deals. Oh, there's a clearance toys and games section. Or do we want to stay
Oh,
with
boy.
some crazy stuff?
Let's go with the crazy stuff.
See if there's anything on here. Hey, how about a Temu padlock for your house? I trust that. I trust that.
Are you an Autobot who's tired of your wheels being stolen by Decepticon cassettes whenever you go into sleep mode in Icon? Order this padlock off of Temu. Protect your viable movement components. Just make sure they're not essential for your transformation.
That fully works.
And just for alt mode, or you will be screwed.
Man, these aren't as good. Oh, we've got veneers in here again.
Again, what is with the veneers?
We got veneers in here for $3.65.
Wow.
Now, are veneers like those fake teeth where if someone's missing a teeth, it goes in that empty spot?
Yeah.
Grimlock Studio Series Grimlock needs those veneers.
Wow.
Because I have the veneers for the G1 style release, but I don't. One reason I hadn't gotten the G2 release because I'd never been able to find the front teeth veneers for the G2 Grimlock from last year. Because if you look, even on the original Grimlock toy, he doesn't have the two front teeth.
Here we go.
So that's what you need the veneers for. I'm trying to make this Transformer related.
Our Temu feature of the evening. Here we go. So what are they saying about these ones?
Upper and lower dentures, ideal for both genders, providing a comfortable fit made from durable plastic and designed for your natural smile. These are a whopping $4.93. And because one of my orders actually got canceled, I have a $25 credit, so it is $0 for me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm surprised the veneers being gender specific. Why did they include that?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear.
Is there a difference between a woman's tooth layout and a man's tooth layout?
Well, maybe the jawline, but I can't imagine. Well, I guess your jawline might affect your teeth placement and size a little bit, I would think.
Oh, it refreshed. Damn it! That one with the big snaggle tooth was on here just a second ago. Hey, how about some dried morel mushrooms? You want to try some Japanese mushrooms?
From Temu?
From Temu.
Right, because weren't they selling like a box of chocolate milk the last time?
Yes, it was a carton of chocolate milk.
Yes.
You can order chocolate milk from Temu. I do like this shirt though. It says I identify as late. My pronouns are almost in there.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm thinking, speaking of Japanese food, I know there's a Japanese flute player I follow on Instagram, Flute. I'm trying to remember how her name's spelled, Arisa. And there's these like these little, I don't know if it's like kind of like the similar concept to like crab legs, like the artificial crab, but it's not crab, but it's some sort of fish cakey thing, and they're like flute shape.
Okay.
And sometimes like she'll be like $1, $2, $10, $50, $100, flute, and like these little food items that you can play because the way they're basically like a Twizzler but out of seafood. Use it as a flute, and it sounds like a flute. I want to get some of those tomorrow at the Asian market.
I figured out which one it was.
Coffee.
Well, I mean, that is pretty good, but I just wouldn't want it off of Temu.
Not off of Temu.
Oh, really? Mushroom coffee is good? Ooh.
Yeah, I've had it before. It was all right. I figured out what figure this was. This was from Art Asylum, and it was a tie-in to Star Trek Nemesis in 2002. It looks nicer in the package, but that is definitely the guy. You can't see how lanky he is because his legs are cut off a bit there, and also that version doesn't look freakishly pale because it isn't sun-bleached. But yeah, Art Asylum, more like Fart Asylum, I don't know.
Well, I wonder what the other characters from that line looks like then.
Yeah.
Man,
Here he
I'm
is
not-
loose, by the way. Again, not sun bleached, but you can see the paint flecking off his hand. Looks like they did him, Data, the Viceroy, and Shinzon, all characters from that movie. And then they did a bunch of stuff from the other shows, too. Wrath of Khan. That is... I don't know how well that shows up here, but... I need to get over. I need to get over to where...
Oh wow.
That is not a very good-looking Captain Kirk. Look at that face.
No, not at all.
It's a little bit...
What's going on there?
Yeah, what is going on with that face sculpt?
I just had a feeling like if the Picard looks like that, what are the other characters going to look like?
Kurt and Kirk.
It's bad.
Like, oh, that's unfortunate.
Man, there's lots of veneers tonight. Lots of veneers.
I like that they sold the messed up Khan in like a bag instead of a thing.
Wow.
It is an exclusive, I guess. More
Autograph
of them.
Sulu.
Yeah. More Wrath of Khan people. Doing the line.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Hey, at least
Picture guys.
this next set that I just found, they send you the mold. You make a mold of your mouth and you send it back in, and they make a mold of veneers to fit your mouth.
You send it
Weird.
You wanna
back to
trust that?
Timu?
You want?
You
Yeah,
actually-
it's on Timu.
Wow.
I think there's adult toys where you can make if you're a husband and you're going to be away from your wife for a while, you can make a cast of your you-know-what. And
Yes. Yes.
imagine you get that off of Timu. You'd probably, like, have your thing barn off permanently. Oh.
See Jordy's face here? That's my reaction to that statement.
Wait a second. Let me see. What? Wow.
What is that?
Wow.
That's a good reaction image.
Wow.
When somebody says something unhinged, you hit him with that look.
Yes.
All right, let's get some good stuff here.
That was a Jordy.
Yeah. So this was not a good line, I guess, but it lasted a long time. Weirdly, it did most of the movies. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I might have to get this sign. It says group therapy is practiced here, and it's got a bunch of drinks. It says welcome to the bar.
Which, by the way, I remembered this site existed. That's how I found it so quick. It's really useful. It's called Wixabon, and it's just like every Star Trek figure and bit of merchandise created. They go by card games, toys and models, cards, comics, episode guides, etc. You go under here, and you can look at all the different action figure lines. It's really good if you just want to see what existed,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
This sign says bear attack tip. If attacked, play dead. It will be good practice for when you die a few minutes later.
That reminds me, I saw the clip of like the actual full movie clip, not just the part they show in the trailer from Cocaine Bear of the guy who has like the he's like the disgruntled like retail worker guy.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, and it's like he oh god, he gets torn the F up. That Cocaine Bear got him good or badly. It's like holy crap. They actually left some surprises for the movie that they didn't give away in the trailer actually. So I was surprised. I was like, God dang, holy crap. I probably looked like I was high on cocaine the way my eyes looked like when I saw what happened to all those characters that they didn't show you in the trailer. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, the ships all seem okay. I've seen these around at conventions and things. They just couldn't make action figures worth a damn.
Cool. I have not had this in a while.
Yeah. That's a solution to that mystery.
Hey, we got some Timu Crocs.
I think the next time I do a photo shoot, I'm gonna have this guy loom in the background in like one photo and just not comment on that fact.
Do it.
There's I got some shoelace charms that also work on crocs of like sushi, tacos, other various foods from like the quarter machines or whatever. From like, Walmart, Target, and those places.
I'm, I'm okay. I'm trying to read this shirt, and I think I'm having a stroke.
Oh dear.
The Japan licks or the Chinese licks is that bad?
It's
The English?
yeah. Their English is
Well,
pretty bad on this one.
The translation. All right. Here's and to lead into it. I haven't used that in a while. Okay.
It says, "You do DOO, to TOO, priest PRETTYST, GED to jail."
It's definitely.
I have no idea what they're trying to say.
What? What?
Well, I mean, if the goal is to get somebody's attention, then it succeeds in that mission.
That worked. They'll be staring at your chest, trying to figure that out. Just go to jail. That's it. Just go to jail. Although, you know what? I mean, maybe they're just saying it's the looks are there, but the lights aren't on.
I don't know. Like I said, I think I was having a little minor stroke trying to read this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
The purpose is to make you doubt your senses.
It worked.
Hey, you got custom design lighters. I don't know that I want to trust a Temu lighter.
It's a torch waiting to happen.
You only have to use it once because the whole world will go up in the flames.
That's it. And Torwarp says, "My brain tickles."
Oh, Anthony, you should have been out here when we found the pet trainer, the breeding pet trainer, and it had female dog and heat scent that you put on it so you could train your dog to mount the animal.
God damn it.
Just
I can't make this up. I can't make it up,
It's
man.
on
We
the
found
previous
it on
stream.
here.
We found it.
I'm
on
just
there.
remembering. I
Supremely
remember how I said
unpleasant.
that reminded me of that.
And the
that
picture,
time
the picture had this dog walking up behind it, and it had its paw on its hip. It
Like,
had
"Hey,
its little
baby."
paw up. I was like, "Hey, baby."
It was something.
And I don't want to search for it because then I don't want it to be stuck in my search history because then it'll be all these dog training things. Of course, now that I'm talking about it, it'll probably pop up here, and then I hit view more.
Yeah, your the search seems to be tamed this evening. I mean, the last time.
Oh gosh, we were getting some good ones last time.
What's
Yeah,
that?
tonight's.
Yes, and I'm like,
Is it
all from
Wish
Temu.
or what's that app? It's not Temu, but it's Temu-like, or it's more like eBay, like Wish
Wish?
or something.
Yeah.
And they'll have like the most unhinged shit sold on there, and you're like, what the? I mean, it's pretty bad if it makes me be like, whoa, what the? But if it takes me aback, you know it's bad.
I mean, I've never gone on the Wish site, but you always see the jokes.
I've never
of like,
been on it, but I'll get like the Facebook ads for it every once in a while, and they're just like I said, they'd be the most. They'll either show you something unhinged right off the bat, or the one time they show you, their opening salvo is something that's actually of interest to you. You get a feeling of safety. So like, okay, I'll check it. I won't. I shouldn't be traumatized. So show me something that's not creeping me off right off the bat, and you get comfortable, and you get like 6, 7, 8 deep, and then all of a sudden it's like, what the fuck is that? It goes the other alternate universe topic, and you're just like,
No, I just see the memes for it where it's like, here's the official version of the item, here's like the Amazon Temu version, and then here's the Wish version. It's like, and the Wish version's always like, what is that?
Yeah, I think what I had. Okay, so what I was saying, like they showed me something of interest. So they had some Transformers, and then they got to like Dragon Megatron. The next thing was a Dragon Dildo. After the Dragon Megatron, I was like, okay, at least that's somewhat related to the thing that preceded it. But that is of no use to me.
That's what
So,
Rat Trap
you know,
called him after after one of their battles.
When you're
He would. That's the guy.
when you're scrolling deep at night and you feel like you need a snack, head on over to Temu and you can order you some of these.
What do we got here?
Spicy, crispy mini crab snacks, crunchy whole shell on seafood snack, ready to eat.
So let me grab something.
Are they allowed to sell food on there?
I actually have something like that. Let me grab them.
I said last
From
time we got
downstairs.
chocolate milk, you could get a half a gallon of Great Value, which is the Walmart brand of chocolate milk. You could get that delivered to your house for $3.
But here we've got spicy, crispy shell-on snack. And it comes cooked?
Yeah.
Yeah, RJ Eagle in the comments.
The real version of those things.
Dramatic hamster, my favorite. And there's a Temu video to go with with. Oh dear.
Yum, yum, dim sum. Look at them eyeballs. Legs. The whole thing. I hope those are sesame seeds.
I got what those would be from an Asian market. If you give me the screen. So like Japanese, they'll eat like dried fish, dried crabs. Get what there are. Takuma dried crab, tamago, gani, DT. I'm gonna eat. I've eaten one. My friends like them. Me, not so much.
But you've got a whole package of them.
Yeah, I was curious. I mean, I like soft-shelled crabs, but like I like Cabbies. That's a Japanese snack brand. I like their version of takoyaki flavored puffballs.
Okay.
I like those. I don't like the shrimp chips. I'm not too clean on these either, but
Shrimp chips seem to be it's a hit and miss depending where.
I like them.
Where it comes
I
from.
like the brand that they sell.
okay,
at
it's
OMG
better the
Con.
second time. But I think you got to not chew on it too long, because if you start to chew on it too finely, you get the taste like. Yeah, I guess get it chewed up enough so it's like you're not gonna choke, but you don't chew it up to where it's paste, because then you lose any of the sugar and the salt, and you just get like the crab shell taste only. Well, I guess I figured out the trick to eating those. I guess I'll eat a second one. Oh God.
It's not exactly. It doesn't exactly sound like a seal of approval.
I'm gonna be going to the market I got these from tomorrow, so I mean, if I really wanted to be a sadist, I could just make this a regular thing and be like, oh God, I ranked that. Oh my God, this many of these things horrible.
Toy Warp's just being crazy in the comments.
Yeah.
Actually, let me see.
me, my crabby claw, me.
Shockland is trying to join, but it's not coming in. So I'm going to quickly send him another link. I know we're going to be rounding up soon.
Shinta's looking at him like, what the fuck is that?
Treats.
Shinta. He's sniffing them. He ain't too sure. Okay,
Yeah,
that's enough.
it's really calm tonight. We were getting
Okay, Shinta.
some dandies.
Okay, I'm gonna take
Yeah,
these
that
out.
last time you were getting some real what are they selling and how are they allowed to sell this type stuff.
Oh, we were getting at-home acupuncture kit.
Yep.
Oh
That
yeah, that
sounds like a
reminds me. So I saw
biohazard
some
waiting to happen.
Instagram posts about skincare, and apparently there's a skincare routine. Like I can't remember if it's Japan or Korea, and you take like salmon sperm and you inject it in your face cheeks.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and it was just some post that. I mean, I like salmon. I don't like salmon that way though.
Gotta
Nope.
call anybody that does that fish face.
There you go. Toro says, I put a short out on cruisers tonight you might like.
Oh, maybe you can tell us about that Knight Rider thing you were doing there. I saw a news article. I saw it pop up across my feed, but I haven't had time to look at it yet. Some sort of behind the scenes thing or something.
Yes, it's the Knight Rider historians, and they seem to be behind the Knight Rider Declassified.
That's
and
what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really like a behind the scenes of like the entire series. And they got like a lot of the original actors, including William Daniels, but then they also interviewed other actors from like Dukes of Hazzard and stuff, and basically, and the stunt drivers, and how they mentioned how it's like back then in the 80s it was like the car culture for like action TV shows. So it seems really cool, the like what they put together there. Shiba Kobe in the
80s.
comments, it says back from Super Mega
Shaw's up.
Costco run. And RJ Eagle, was anyone getting a repaint re-release of Shockwave Blitzwing? Anyone getting that lovely new Astro Train? I want to see a review.
No, and
Probably
no.
not.
Yeah, I'm very, very sparse on my purchases these days. The Astro Train does look like a downgrade. Blitzwing is about the same, but I didn't get him before.
Very much.
Shockwave is redundant because I have the Dramatic Capture Series one, which I've reviewed in the past, and they just retooled this into the Studio Series one. So if you got this, there's no real reason to get that one. Basically, they just took this guy and smoothed out some of his siege bits, and that's about it. Which, this is a good figure. If you don't have one, I'd say that's the one to get. But, like, if you have this one or the siege one, no real need to get the new one. That's my capsule review.
That reminds me. Speaking of the Astro Train, I saw someone take the smokestack
Good
blast
Lord, I know
effect
exactly what
and put it into the gun arm of C's Maximo to recreate the smoking gun from the last page.
The one time
G2
Liege
comic.
Maximo appeared, he had his gun was smoking, so they took the smoke effect from Astro Train. Yeah.
And
You know,
There's that, and then as I said before, I grew up around a triple train junction, so I mean I might get it just to have an alternate more than one Astro train, and then if I could just
Well,
find
he's good
maybe
for
a
the alt
third-party
modes.
one a comparable size.
Yeah, that's what everybody
So-
seems to be saying. He's got kind of a bad-looking robot mode, but they did it that way this time to try to make his train and shuttle modes look nicer, which, the Siege one, the previous one, had a good robot mode, but the alt modes were a little janky.
Yeah. And as far as this guy right here, I am not getting a new Blitzwing for a blue glass. I'm perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah. Like, here's the thing, and one thing I've realized, like, they're doing, why are they putting another Commander Rodimus Prime out, right? Like, that was 5 years ago. A lot of these things are for people who didn't get them the first time around or weren't even collecting, like, 5 years ago or whenever these guys came out. So, it's like, stuff like them redoing Shockwave, redoing Blitzwing, all those things, they're not really aimed at people like us who are like, oh, should I upgrade? Is worth the upgrade? They're mostly aimed at people that didn't get them the first time around, and, anybody that wants to upgrade, that's just like a little bonus.
Plus, it's an
I'm
easy way
definitely one
for
of them
them to
people that aim
redeem
that.
their copyright.
Yeah.
What they have to do every 5 years or so.
Yeah.
They got to act upon the copyright. So I mean, it's an easy way to get that done and do what Fear and Courage was saying. So
Yeah, I don't mind it. Some the same way they've been making an effort to re-release rare figures. It means that you don't have to worry if you miss it the first time around because it's going to come back around eventually.
Yeah, cue this guy having the solo release.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember I liked the Chase figure, but I have no attachment to Chase or Rescue Bot Academy. But, like, I like the mode, but I like it in this deco a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'm sorry. I think I will dump on the new Rodimus for one fact. I want my Rodimus to not look older than Optimus.
You don't want him to look
That
like
is Grandpa
Ohioan who's a meth head.
See, I like this because he looks weary, and Rodimus Prime is a profoundly weary robot.
Yeah.
So it feels very characterful to me. Like, I understand why somebody would want one that looks more screen accurate. I'm not going to knock it.
You know what that Rodimus looks like in the face? If you read the UK comic book, at the end of it, when Rodimus grew old and weary and the Matrix was kind of run down because it was tainted by Unicron, that's what that face gives me.
That was a very good set of issues. I know what you mean, and I agree. He also reminds me of the one from Last Bot Standing, the comic they did that was like the end of the universe, and Rodimus is one of the last Transformers, and it's on a Western-themed planet. It was great. They were doing Old Man Logan,
Steel Jaw from RID 2015 was like one of the head Decepticons in that, from what I remember.
Yeah, great set of
I remember
comics.
I started it, but via just reading it online, but I never did get around to finishing it.
It's worth finishing. It's got a good ending.
It was a nice mix of characters from what I remember. What I remember reading of the first 2 or 3 issues. How many issues was it altogether? 4 or 5?
I think it was just 4. It was 4, but they were longer than normal single comic issues, so they got a bit more story in there. That was one of the last things IDW published before they lost the license. So it was them pretty much doing a swan song on all their Transformers stories, basically.
No, RJ says he's sitting on the fence in the new Cyclonus. Somehow he looks better, but I know it's the same mold with slight retooling.
Is your old one yellowed? Because this is the replacement for if your old one yellowed.
That
Mine yellowed.
is the only reason I'm getting Cyclonus.
Yeah.
Because that yellowing. And this one's
Supposedly,
not going to yellow.
Yeah, like they're reissuing Shattered Glass Starscream also. Apparently they've solved that issue. The whatever the supply chain thing was from the pandemic. They're like, this thing shouldn't yellow anymore, hopefully.
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 Air quotes.
Much like gold plastic, the problem is they also have to kind of wait and see.
I mean, you could always make in your head canon that they took a dip in the Yellow Lagoon.
Yeah.
RJ also says...
I have one figure over here where yellowing did happen, but I actually don't mind. Let me see if I can find him.
Okay, there it goes.
Hold on. I got to stop and say one thing because I see somebody in their computer and it looks like they're hunting. Magnus, I want your attention.
Okay, he's
I
in
can do
tank
more than
mode,
one
so it's
thing
kind
at a
of
time.
it's kind of hard to demonstrate here, but G2 Megatron, the G1 repaint, this isn't the mode that shows it off very well, but a bunch of his gray plastic turned kind of bronze. You can sort of see it here, and you can sort of see it here. These photos aren't really doing it justice, but I didn't mind because I thought it popped really well against the green and purple, so I'm like, I'm okay with this one yellowing. It's easier to show in robot mode. Maybe I'll...
Yeah, you get the yellow as a complementary color to purple, and then green has, you know, yellow.
Well, because it was gray plastic, it came off looking more sort of a goldish bronze than yellow, which I thought turned out nice. That's the only instance where I'm like, I'm okay with that. I thought it made the colors look nicer.
Now, we talked about ordering milk from Timu. How about if we order some cold squid strips?
That
Think
sounds
that,
like a
that might have a
band.
bit of a smell and a wang to the taste whenever it got here?
Just a bit.
They're a little heavy on the electrons.
The only thing I remember about eating squid, like Japanese style, is that it gets buttery tasting the more you chew it. Just random food fat for you.
Here's a
That
fun fact.
calamari
I'm half Japanese, half
fried.
Jamaican, and I hate seafood. Go figure.
Interesting.
Oh, say that again. I
said,
What
here's
did
a
you
fun fact. I'm half Japanese, half Jamaican, and I hate seafood.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know how it works. Yeah.
You're the son of two islands.
both island nations. Yeah, like I'm from the
It's the
East
same
Coast.
way I
so
don't like.
I was originally born in Newport News, where they make the naval. It's the naval shipyards for
I'm
the
sorry.
USA are at. And then I grew up at the back end of the coastal
Okay.
plains in Virginia,
That
in
was
the
unexpected,
Hurricane
Blackout.
Alley. But like I like
No,
seafood.
come
Since I moved to
back.
Ohio, my joke is that the only
This is where I
people I
gotta do
trust
all
to make
dogs
my
come to heaven. Throw that
seafood
in.
in
You can
Ohio are the
never come
Japanese and the
back.
Catholics.
What is happening? Torb has a short that he asked to share, so I'm going to
All right, pop them up.
pop it
I
up
guess
on
for
the screen.
experiencing technical deficiencies.
Having an Autobot as a daily driver is a real pain in the ass. Hey, Cliff Jumper.
Fuck you.
Yes, I believe he can.
Nice.
Having an Autobot as a daily driver is a real pain in the ass. Hey, Cliff Jumper.
That's
That's
cool.
cool, though.
Fuck you, Dad. You can't tell me where to go on the road.
That is cool.
Now, it's been a while, but I don't think that's
Hey,
what Cliff
Dad.
Jumper sounds like.
Hey, toy work. Drive yourself, you jackass.
Nah, that's not Cliff Jumper. That's
You know what
the
I
Cliff.
mean.
That
you're
version
talking
of
about
Cliff
this
Jumper
one, you
is
know what
the
I mean.
Cliff.
We got the ear piercing kit with the gun again.
Oh, God.
Now, you know why I call that version of Cliff Jumper the Cliff? Because of his voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Rock.
The Cliff says,
The cliff.
I'm going to take your Starscream, dust it off, rub it sideways, and shove it straight up your Megatron-y ass.
As he says in every movie.
Could you smell what the Cliff is cooking?
Oh, God.
Energon. Imagine other wrestlers as Transformers. Oh, God.
That would be
Hey,
funny.
Megatron, are you ready? Now, for the Decepticons watching at home, and for all the Decepticons in attendance, let's get ready to crash some Autobots!
I need more
And if you're
Kombat.
not down with that, I got 2 words for you.
Suck it!
John.
RJ Eagle says, reminds me of my 87 red Acura Integra. It's funny, I remember that vehicle with the flip-up lights I used to own back in the days. I remember at one point everyone had an Integra, but I remember he had one.
You know, that reminds me of a time back in our Gagata 7. Oh, man, we were up to our ears in Democrats. It's like, I'm stupid. I don't know. I don't really have shit to say.
You need to invent some more proper nouns.
I can't help it. There was a lot of casualties today.
Well,
You know, I could talk about a giant Ikiak trumping and stomping down the mountain, but I'm sure you don't want to hear that story. Meet Grimlock 1 to hear Ikiak. No, sorry. I'll leave Grimlock to impact it.
well, I think we're almost gonna end our Teletran 2 segment.
Yeah, there's not much on this one this time.
Hold on. I got a quick question for all of us. Since we
That
played
means
a
that they
game on the
probably
last
sold
closing,
all that other shit.
on the last closing, we played a game, so we got to play a game on this one.
All right.
You guys, who do you feel? We're going to take turns on this one. Who is the most obscure combiner of them all?
Obscure.
Since I went last, I'll go first this time. Orkia.
Oh, I know.
Next.
I got one. Big Rescue Force.
Ooh. Ooh.
That is would they, they did Leo Kaiser in Transformers Victory, and then they re-released them in Europe a couple years later as a team of Autobots called the Rescue Force, but they didn't even release all of them, so you couldn't properly make Leo Kaiser. You could just make something with 2 big legs and a couple of skinny arms called Big Rescue Force.
Wow.
So there's a HasLab Leo Kaiser repaint somebody could maybe do.
Next.
I don't remember the name of it, but Trilling Turdy had this combiner that you made out of tree green minicons. It was a tank.
Centuritron, I think.
Yeah, it sounds about right. But yeah, he was made from a tank minicon, a helicopter minicon, and a jet minicon.
Yeah, Centuritron.
I think he popped up in an issue of IDW comics, like the Lost Light, More Than Meets the Eye comics, and they're on that planet. Like,
you know what? Since y'all guys broke down the team members, I gotta say that's Orthia consists of Alita 1 and her female Autobots. For those who don't know at home, I'm sorry.
And RJ Eagle in the comments says Monstructor.
I mean, if you, but in a relative sense.
Still obscure, pretty obscure.
I want Manga Boss, damn it! I want an update and have
I had a Magna Boss in the
Eagle
90s,
not
so.
have freaking gold plastic syndrome, damn it!
I would also be down for this as an owner of the original.
Victoria.
Nice. I see you with female combiner like I did.
I bought her.
Oh wow. See, I contributed, like, I remember the campaign to build the combiner. I contributed votes to that because, it was the Create-A-Bot type thing.
Yeah.
So, Spit?
Since you were talking about being Japanese, the little dried crabs. I don't think you were on earlier.
Raw fries.
I like them better the second time because the first time I think it caught me off guard because I'm used to eating like freshly. I have a friend who's like, he used to work with my dad like in the 80s, and then he became a crab fisherman, and we would sometimes get crabs fresh from him because we'd go hunting with him and shit. So I'm used to eating crabs like freshly fried or freshly killed and cooked. I'm not used to eating like, canned or dried, crab jerky, shell and everything.
Let's see, for me,
So, okay.
I would say Piranacon. It's surprising. Like, even though he's more known as King Poseidon, it's still weird that a lot of people don't remember, Piranacon being a part of G1 just because like the cartoon ended, but he was in the comics, which back then not a lot of people had access to the comics.
And the only target master of the bunch of combiners.
That is correct.
Oh.
And RJ says also mentions or the robot in disguise or in Robots in Disguise combiner where Bumblebee made the body. Not sure if they had an official
name.
Ultra
you had the
Ultra B?
Yeah, that was his name.
Drift
Ultra
was
B.
a sword. I want to say Grimlock was the legs. Bumblebee was the body and head, and I want to say Strong Arm and Sideswipe were the two arms. I don't remember which arms though.
And RJ agrees with you saying that they need a Magna Boss update.
I remember the cool
if we
thing
get a
about
Magna
that
Boss, we need
RID.
to try Predicus.
Actually, I just thought of another weird combiner. So I know everybody knows like the standard version or like or alternate 5 version, 5-member version of the Stunticons. But and they had that in 2015, RID 2015. But the other thing they could do is that the limb bots, so like the 2 arms or the arm and the leg. I can't remember what it was. But you could have like 2 of the limbs combined to make like a bigger bot, and then all 5 of them could combine, all together to make, a typical Minosaur. So, because I remember I liked their version of Yeah, I think they used both the dead end and the drag strip names, but like Breakdown and whatever the black one of this dude is, that Wild Rider or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they had bots that were colored the same way as them, but they couldn't use their names in that show or something. But you knew who they were, meant to homage from the designs.
And then RJ also mentions Magnetron. Does he count?
Almost.
Magnetron.
3 dinosaurs that make 1 robot. There just isn't an they just don't have individual robot modes. So they're getting there.
And they have one shared conscience. I would more consider him like a reflector.
Yeah, basically.
But is reflector considered a combiner? It is.
He was the first combiner.
Big question.
Generally, it's treated as though it's one being across multiple bodies.
Same as Skylings.
Right. That's weird. That's a weird topic. That might be a good topic for next week.
And you have the Power of the Primes version of Battle Trap and the blue truck and the white helicopter Duocon.
Yeah,
and
Battle
Overlord
Trap
also
and,
shares that trait too.
And flywheels.
Yeah, but he was the only one they ever did that toy-wise is give them both individual robot modes. The 2 vehicles was that one Power to Prime. Now, maybe there's some third-party version that carried over that idea to, like, Overlord and Skyfred, maybe, but officially Hasbro had only stuck with, the classic, Overlord's tank and jet don't have individual robot modes, and they combine to make a robot. But Battle Trap and whatever's what's the 2 halves named separately?
Well, I don't know the halves. Like, I only know them
Yeah.
as a Battle Trap and flywheels.
Blar, you got me on a blank on that one.
And I guess last
Oh
question.
yeah, the W cassettes. You have the ape, the purple ape, and the kind of aqua green
Squawk Box
Eagle.
and
Beast Box or whatever. Beast Talk or
Slam Dance.
Slam Dance, Decimal.
Squawk Talk and Beast Box.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you get
Slam
Box.
Dance, the tank and the jet. Then you have the 2, like the red dinosaur and the blue dinosaur. And one of them's a
Slugfest and Overkill.
They don't combine, though.
Yeah, they don't combine.
Yeah, Slugfest and Overkill don't combine. Wow, I'm old. I remember that toy pamphlet.
Yeah, I guess the last comment before we round up, RJ's asking, is Energon Optimus a combiner?
His limbs are all drones, so I'd say...
Yeah, they're all
not
drones.
Really?
I mean, they're
don't
like
have
power
individual
core
robot
combiner
modes.
style.
Yeah,
If you're going by
basically.
power core combiner logic, then yes.
They're
He's
like
Voltronus Prime.
Yeah, they pop out of his trailer, so they're like roller at best, basically.
Now,
Good-
I guess
good
you
one.
could
Good
have
analogy.
it where the Autobots do the pants, shirt combinations, like all the Autobots. Well, you had in Armada, you had both Optimus and Jetfire that could do, and then that carried over into, and then in Energon / Superlink, all the Autobots, well, most of the Autobots could do the pants, shirt, thing. And then Optimus specifically could combine with that version of Omega Supreme.
Cool. Well, I'd say
You want to
that's...
be on screen? Say hello. Animal friendly here.
Kitty cat.
We featured many a cats on many a streams. One that was stealing parts while it was while it was happening. So on that note, we're gonna round out.
Hold up, before we cut off, I do have an announcement I want to make.
Yes.
To all of you guys listening to at home, and as well to my brothers here at the Children of Primus. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of Transformers Music Wars update. I hope you guys are Seeker fans, because coming up soon, Thundercracker and Skywarp are going to take it to the next level. So you guys tune in to hear the Children of Primus to catch the exclusive look next week at Manipulate.
There you
Okay.
go. We'll definitely have more news about that during the week. So remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and get all those notifications so that way you know when we're gonna be dropping those exclusives. So on that note, until all are one.
Till all are one, you pathetic flesh bags.
We now return you to the Children of Primus.